Hello, Cedar Village. It's your Director of Pastoral Care, Rabbi Drew, and I'm very excited to welcome and introduce you to Benjamin Rosen, who is our Academic Year Rabbinic Fellow. So, hello, Ben.
Hello, Rabbi Drew. It's good to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so for those who are not so familiar with Ben or would like to get to know him, this is our opportunity to really introduce Ben to you, and hopefully we'll also have an opportunity to introduce you to Ben in a reciprocal fashion. So, Ben here is a fourth-year student, right?
I am, yes.
Yes, fourth-year student at Hebrew Union College, right here in Cincinnati. And speaking of Cincinnati, you're from Cincinnati, right?
I am from Cincinnati. They couldn't keep me away for too long. They sent me up to Columbus for my undergrad at Ohio State, and they
Nice.
pulled me right back in.
Right, that's great. And so you went to Ohio State undergrad, right?
I did, yes.
The Ohio State, go Bucks.
That's right, go Bucks.
So what compelled you to what interested you in the rabbinate?
I've always been very public service minded.
Okay.
My undergraduate degree was in political science. I initially saw myself going into governance, some form.
Oh, cool.
And as I kept going through college, I started teaching more at the religious school up at Temple Beth Shalom in New Albany, Ohio. Mm-hmm. And I realized I was never happier than when I was within the walls of that synagogue, when I was with my students, when I was schmoozing, after Erev Shabbat services. And so slowly I just began learning more, and it really became clear to me that this was the path.
Great. And so you're teaching, you're doing stuff, and you are here now. So
Yes.
You're here with us as our Rabbinic Fellow for this school year, this
Yes.
academic year. So what interested you in coming here? You mentioned the service-minded orientation for your professional interests. So what brought you, to be interested in Cedar Village? Aside, obviously, let's just call a spade, to work with me as your mentor, obviously as your rabbinic mentor. That's a massive major draw, which, I think we all get. But,
yes,
in addition to that.
Of course. So in addition to that, I have an affinity for Cedar Village. Like I said, I grew up in Cincinnati. I spent many a Sunday coming here with Wise Temple, visiting residents. As I got older and started participating in musical groups. When I was at Ohio State, I was in the Ohio State University.
That's right.
I was in a Jewish a cappella group, fortunately or unfortunately called the Meshuggah Notes. and we
the Meshuggah Notes. I'm pretty sure that's funny. It's a little okay.
But it served its purpose.
Yeah.
And in that a cappella group, I was actually able to come back here to perform a number of times with the group. So when I saw the opportunity to spend the year here, I was like, wow, I have so many great memories growing up. Let's make some more memories.
So you perform musically in a singing capacity. What else? Did you do any instruments when you performed here previously?
So when I performed here, it was just the a cappella music, right? So no instrumentation, but since then I've picked up a bit of guitar and some ukulele, which is a funny sight. I don't know how hard it is to tell, but I'm a fairly tall guy, and so the image of a big guy with a little ukulele is...
Well, that should certainly make for some interesting Kabbalat Shabbat experiences,
absolutely,
right? That'll
absolutely.
Be great.
Do a little tropical theme,
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe put on a lei,
Right, yeah.
Leis on, not necessarily a hula skirt, but
sure.
At least, okay. All right, so that should be interesting with the musical aspects and
absolutely,
literally musical experience here at Cedar Village.
Yes.
And bringing that in hopefully more sustained capacity, which will be great. What hobbies do you have? Do you have any hobbies?
Do I have any hobbies?
Yeah.
Right now, my hobbies are being a rabbinical student.
Okay.
For the most part.
And speaking of which, so what do you have particular hobbies within that? And also, are there particular areas, texts or otherwise, of interest for you as a rabbinical student?
Sure.
And now in your fourth year, so you've had a number of years under your belt at HUC.
Yes, I have. I'm a student of history. I love Jewish history, both our lived experience and the spiritual history that we share, as the children of Israel.
Yeah.
I love text study, especially commentaries on Torah. I love teaching that. I love reading it myself. Love studying Hebrew. and Jewish folk tales are a particular interest of mine.
Well, that's very different.
Yes, yeah, a little, you know, a grab bag, a potpourri
Yes.
of rabbinical student interests.
What interests you about Jewish folk tales?
For me, it's a different form of oral Torah, right? It wasn't canonized in the same way, but some of these stories, like, you know, the stories of the golem, stories of Chelm, you know, the
So more like Ashkenazi Jewish folk tales.
yes, so
Ashkenazi folk tales.
Ashkenazi folk tales, and I was lucky enough last semester to take a folklore class where I got to explore some Sephardic and, you know, outside of Ashken normativity.
Yes.
A little bit, but yeah, I love that it's ours. That, you know, there are stories, and they're really magical.
That's great. That's great. Awesome. Anything else you want to share?
Just that I'm really excited to see you all, to pray with you all, to learn with you all, and I'm really looking forward to this year.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Ben, this is great getting to meet you, and certainly for them to get to meet you, and hopefully soon you'll get to meet them.
God willing.
All right. So Ben here starts this coming week. So we're recording this. This is broadcasting this Shabbat. And so he's really actually starting this coming week. So he'll be starting this week, and hopefully you'll get to see him around, and he'll get to obviously see you around. So Ben, welcome.
Thank you very much. Toda Rabbah.
Absolutely.